Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mangle Nerdy channel. I'm Miss Mangle, and today we are reviewing the timeless classic Spirited Away. Woohoo! Spirited Away is a masterpiece by the famous Japanese animator Hayao Miyazaki of Studio Ghibli. This film was actually requested to me by my followers on Twitter. They did a poll, and I'm thinking about doing that every week, doing a poll on Twitter. So if you guys have not followed me on Twitter, I will leave a link to my Twitter in the description below. But I actually was introduced to this film a couple years back. I wasn't like a diehard long time ago fan. My friend Nicole took me to a Studio Ghibli showcase that they do in the movie theaters like once a year. And I instantly just absolutely fell in love with this story and its meaning. This is undoubtedly one of the most popular animations of the 21st century. The story and setting around this seem illusional and illogical. However, a lot of the elements and structures in this tie in with Japanese culture, religion, and traditions, as well as some of the placed little metaphors with the story itself and some of the elements of the characters. I rank this among one of the greatest animated films, and this film has received countless awards all over the world. But with that being said, guys, let's get into the summary of this, shall we? In this film, we are introduced to Chihiro and her parents. They are moving to a small Japanese town in the countryside, much to Chihiro's dismay. On the way to their home, Chihiro's father makes a wrong turn and drives down a lonely one-lane road, which dead ends in front of a tunnel. Her parents decide to stop the car and explore the area. They go through the tunnel and find an abandoned amusement park on the other side, which its own with its own little town. When the parents see a restaurant with great smelling food but no staff, they decide to eat and pay later. However, Chihiro refuses to eat and decides to explore the theme park a bit more. She meets a boy named Haku who tells her that Chihiro and her parents are in danger and they must leave immediately. She runs to the restaurant and finds that her parents have been turned into pigs. In addition, the theme park turns out to be a town inhabited by demons, spirits, and evil gods. At the center of the town is a bathhouse where these creatures go to relax. The owner of the bathhouse is the evil witch Yababa, who is intent on keeping all trespassers as captive workers, including Chihiro. Chihiro must rely on Haku to save her and her parents in hopes of they returning to their world. My final thoughts on this film: it is a captivating and symbolic story. It is a definite must watch. This film has many layers and metaphors in it. Spirit Away describes the things in this world as being vaguely indistinct, a world with tends towards greed and erosion and ruin. Some key examples of the greed and the erosion and ruin would be Chihiro's parents, who instead of waiting to like see who was, whose food this was sitting out in this abandoned town, they decide to just dig in and start greedily eating, and just it turns into like the more they consume. And she even warns them, stop eating, but they just keep eating. So she decides not to eat and just hesitantly goes and looks throughout the town. She's like, no, I want to wait and see who this is. Another example of the greed and the gluttony is when No Face he starts consuming all that food in the the bathhouse, and he's just consuming and consuming. And Chihiro has to get, she got this little mud pellet from the mud spirit after cleaning out his bath. She gets this mud pellet as a reward for being so kind. She ends up giving it to No Face in order for him to throw up to stop eating because he would not stop eating. He just keeps consuming. And another thing, despite all of this, she is so uplifting. Despite all of, being down and being captive by Yababa, she has to keep moving forward to save her family. It takes her a little bit to realize this, that I have to keep moving. I have to keep moving forward. I can't look back, because if I look back, I'm going to forget my own name. She's going to forget who she is as a person, because Yababa took her name in order for her to be working at the bathhouse. So she has to keep moving forward. She has to keep remembering who she is, but at the same time, keep moving forward and not dwelling. She dwelled on the fact that her best friend, she couldn't see her best friend anymore when she was in the car, and she was upset about that. She didn't really want to move to this new town. But she had to keep moving forward, and it's just a great thing to see in this story. I loved Haku's character. Like, he was this protector. He was kind to her, and you didn't know until the very end that he was with her the whole time. He was a familiar person that was, well, a familiar spirit that was with her the whole time. In the American version, kind of did it disservice as far as saying, oh, he was just the river. He wasn't the river spirit. Like, I know that some people infer that, but to American audiences that are just watching, they just think, oh, he was just the river. But he was actually the Haku River spirit. Like, he was the whole spirit of the river, and he protected her. He saved her from nearly drowning when she was a child. So it was really nice to see that it turns out he was a good friend to her all along. He was there with her all along. But like I said, guys, this is one of those kind of films that you can watch muted, and it's just breathtakingly beautiful. Like I said before, My Princess Mononoke, which, guys, if you have not seen that, please go check that out. I'll leave a card on the video so you guys can. But I just can't get over how breathtakingly beautiful it is. It is one of those, like Mononoke, that just stood out to me visually, that it just, a small girl like that going through the struggles. It's not like a Disney princess type thing where, oh, heroine in distress, this kind of thing. She actually took initiative and she did her own. She was the main hero. She was the hero in the film. And that's really good to see for young girls, because most young girls, we all see these princess movies, blah blah blah, and it's like, we need a change. Despite Frozen now, thank goodness Frozen, they did put that in a good perspective too. But like I said, guys, it is a beautiful message and a beautiful story in this, and I highly, highly recommend you guys go check this out. But what are your thoughts on this film? Please leave a comment in the comments down below. And if you guys haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified of my videos. Like I said before in the intro, guys, I will be starting a poll on Twitter on Fridays for like random gameplay, movie reviews. I'll put like 2 movie reviews that you guys can pick from, or another Let's Play series, or whatever you guys would like. You guys can follow me on my Twitter. Link will be in the description below. But thank you guys so, so much for watching. And as always, guys, you guys be you, be nerdy, and have an awesome day. Bye.